Hello, Indepelsa here, and I am pleased to say that we are now on lesson 7, and I'm just going to recap an overview of the terror barrier. This is us. We have an X-type conditioning, and our subconscious is X-type wired. All our paradigms are X-type, and our results are X-type results. So we do the same and we get the same. We do the same, we get the same. And what keeps us from moving forward? Fear. Fear keeps us paralysed. And we say we don't want change because we are fearful of how we may feel or what we might need to do to achieve that change. But we are creatures of evolution. We are always changing. And also fear is learned. There are only two types that the brain is actually hardwired to fear, and that is only for survival. The fear of loud bangs and also the fear of falling. Not heights, that's completely different fear. So if fear is learned, then it can be unlearned. But fear was taught to us for survival and for a bit of control, so mum and dad could control us, but also so that we feared running into the road because of what would happen, and we feared running over the cliff top. So, but then what happens is that the brain then locks onto that fear, and it rolls over into other parts of our lives. So the other side of this terror barrier is freedom. Then we get an idea. We have an outside Y-type idea that we've never done before. And we get all excited and we're talking about it, and we're up in cloud 9, and it's beautiful. And it's beautiful because we yet haven't internalized it, and we haven't done anything about it, and we may not do anything about it, and it might just be talk the talk. We're not going to actually do the walking, so it's fine, it's still safe. But then the reasoning from our X-type conditioning creeps in. The what ifs, the hows. Who am I? I can't do that, I've never done that. But have you ever thought that before, when you stepped up into a promotion, you didn't know how to do that job, but what you had done is you'd outgrown the job that you were currently in? And then we learn, and then we go on to another promotion. When we start in nursery and then year 1 and year 2, we don't know the lessons of the next year, but we have to go in to learn and to grow. And achieving all our goals is growth. Without this growth, then we are going to just remain as we are. So we still have X-type results because here we're not actually doing anything about it. And then we think, yes, and we start to internalize the idea, but we haven't prepared ourselves. And maybe there is no preparation. We have to take that risk, but we don't want to fail. That little bit of courage that we plucked up to think that we could achieve this, but then our body goes into this funny vibration. It's sweating, we're stressing, and we yet haven't done anything, but now we're trying to internalize it because of our old paradigms. We're still believing our self-talk is still that of lack, that who am I to think that I can? I don't have that money too. So we're not just taking the risk, we're running into all sorts of dead ends up here. And that vibration, as we attempt to get over onto the other side of freedom, what we do is all the what ifs. What if I can't? What if this happens? But what if it is good. What if you can? But we don't want to take the risk because we don't want people to see us as failures. We don't want to feel like we have failed yet again. So we just go back and back. Maybe another time, maybe when, maybe this, maybe that. And we go back into bondage. And then we look at all the lucky ones getting on with their life and they're so lucky, they've done this, they've achieved this. But know this, nobody goes through life without some sort of fear. But change, the fear is a made up name just to describe the feelings that we are feeling. So excitement gives the body the exact feeling, but we say it's excitement. And courage, they're all the same, but once we label as fear here, and the brain just wants to keep you alive, it is just there for survival, it convinces us, or we convince ourselves that, and then we're back in bondage. X-type thoughts, X-type feelings, X-type actions, same result. But for those that are brave enough to take the risk, no matter what, we failed this time, we'll get up and we'll do it the next time, because failure is not failure unless you stop. Failure is teaching and showing you what you did really well and what you could tweak, and then on to the next. So when we get here, know that you will be back here, because remember the poem Rules for Being Human. We're here and we want to get there. But when we get through and we're on the outside of freedom, our there then does become our here. And we don't want to settle, we want this, and we want to go and get our dream, our desire. We want to achieve everything that's on our list. So our there becomes our here, and then we'll have another there, which is greater than what we've ever done before. So then we will have that vibration, because the Y-type thought will be completely different and we've not done it before, and we'll walk through the wall and into freedom until it's time to move again. So our theirs will be here, and then we'll have another, and it's just continually going to evolve. So get excited about the possibility of having more, doing more, living more. Just some of the key points. So any time that we are setting a goal and the results are so much more than we've done before in the past, it's kind of, we want to skip a couple of rungs of the ladder to success, and we will run up against the terrier barrier always. But when we change the words, we're not going to look at it, we're going to go into it with excitement, and we're going to feel courageous, and we're going to celebrate on the other side. And then what's next? We want to move on. And whenever we want to make any type of a serious lifestyle change, we are moving out of our comfort zone. But then we'll create another comfort zone, and then it doesn't matter how big or small, there will be a zone, there will be a time when we'll need to step out to stretch and do more. Any change, any major change, and we have a choice. We have a choice. We can step back into safety, or we can experience that growth. So I will just leave you with this. You can either step forward into growth or back into safety, by Abraham Maslow. What are you going to do? Join me next week for week 8 for an unbelievable session. Thank you.